and welcome to Discover Oklahoma. I'm Jennifer Reynolds.
And I'm Dean O'Lally. Our destination for today's show is Kaiser's Diner here in Oklahoma City.
It's known for its buffalo burger, which I think is so big it has its own area code or something. It's gigantic. Located at 1039 North Walker in Oklahoma City, the building itself is on the National Register of Historic Places. The restaurant is a long-standing tradition, but has been under new ownership since 2014, and we'll have a little bit more on all the good eats you can find here coming up. Of course, we all know that our state has seen way more than its share of rain so far this year.
But don't let that stop you from going out on a fun adventure. Our first stop today is the Great Salt Plains State Park in Jet.
I could tell you 1,000 stories about this spillway.
And that's the kind of place the Great Salt Plains State Park is. It's a place where water flowing through the dam can create a memory, a story, a place in time. But the spillway and the dam are a big draw to this area, and they have their own history.
But this dam came out of the Flood Control Act of 1936, and then they started construction on this dam in I think 1938 and finished construction in 1941. And I was just looking the other day, and I think somewhere a cost of a little under $5 million. So, and this is a unique spillway. It's an automatic spillway, so it's taken, there's no floodgates or anything like that, so it's automatic.
And the rocks you'll find around the spillway and parts of the lake, well, each and every one was placed there by hand. And in case you were wondering, of course, there's always good fishing here.
Channel cat, blue cat, flatheads, carp. If you enjoy catching a carp and fighting them, it's good to have.
Elevated water levels in Oklahoma rivers and lakes due to the recent heavy rains may have put a damper on water-related activities for some, but Oklahoma state parks are open and ready for guests.
We have had literally hundreds of calls the last few weeks wondering, if we are flooded here at the park, and no, we have not been.
The park also offers RV and tent camping and 6 remodeled cabins that are very cozy. A popular pastime and one the park is becoming famous for is bird watching. The best times are in the fall and spring months.
People go out to the digging area and they dig for the selenite crystals, which is a form of gypsum, and we have the only place in the world that they know of that these crystals form the hourglass shape inside. So that's a unique thing about the park, and people from all over the world come out here to dig the crystals.
There are even more activities one can enjoy at Great Salt Plains State Park. You can always go to travelok.com and check them out. But the bottom line is this is a wonderful place to relax with family and friends.
The other main thing about Salt Plains that I like to just stress, it's a great place to bring your family. It's a great place. Senior citizens love to come out here and camp. People like to bring their families. It's just a great place to get away and escape the hustle and bustle of life, and just to get out here and enjoy the quietness and the wildlife and just spend time with your family.
You can plan your next great getaway with our 2015 Oklahoma Outdoor Guide. We're happy to send you a free copy. Just log on to our website, travelok.com, and click on Request Free Brochures. All right, if you take Highway 64 just a few hundred miles from Great Salt Plains State Park, you'll find yourselves in the Oklahoma Panhandle.
It's a spot where the folks are friendly and they're always happy to suggest a place for you to stay. Our friends at the Oklahoma Agritourism Department asked us to check out some of the country stays in Kenton, and here's a look at our journey to the most western part of our state. The road to Kenton crosses the old Santa Fe Trail, where stone-board travelers rattled across one of the flattest places on earth, never dreaming just a few miles away, prairie gives way to plateaus and some of the most gorgeous vistas in Oklahoma. Welcome to Kenton. You just watched about 1/6 of the population go by in this community of 18, where you're as likely to run into a jackrabbit as a person, or maybe a pair of antelope or a mule deer. Abundant wildlife in and around Kenton makes this area a haven for hunters and any kind of nature lover. The human population triples on Sundays when ranch folk come in for church, some of the oldest buildings in this turn-of-the-century town. Like all of Kenton, they run on mountain time. Not because the government says so, because the people here say so. It's just one of the many lovely Kenton quirks. There's a post office, but no grocery store or gas station, so if you come, be prepared. This is one of the few places left in America where you can't live by the comforting notion anything forgotten can be grabbed at Walmart.
It's 100 miles.
Meet Jane Apple of the Hitching Post.
My granddad came in here in 1886.
The Apple family's Hitching Post Ranch is one of the 4 places you can spend the night if you visit Kenton. The Hitching Post and the Black Mesa Bed and Breakfast, where we've also had a wonderful stay, are both working ranches, and as far as we can tell, their proprietors never stop working. We're not sure Jane even sleeps. If you want to help with ranch work and you are able, you can. Herding, branding, feeding, it's all part of the life here. Bring your own horses or ride theirs. If you ask Jane for a tour, she can provide one for a fee, but you better walk fast and keep your camera handy. There is a lot to see. Rock formations like the Monkey, or the signature carved in sandstone, maybe by an outrider of the Coronado expedition nearly 5 centuries ago.
And here's 1541. And of course, you can see how much more faded it is in this 1877.
And ancient Indian petroglyphs.
Then here's a stick man. Right here, and this is carvings. And then we see this one in several different places.
The Hitching Post offers several places to bunk, in Kenton or just outside of it. All have full kitchens, so bring groceries. Some meals can be provided on request. There's also the guest house just west of town, which offers Jane's nicest accommodations and a stellar view of the Mesa. The Mesa, Black Mesa, formed by a lava flow some 4 million years ago, which stretches nearly 30 miles across Oklahoma, New Mexico, and Colorado. You can hike it as my son Gus and husband and photographer Chris did. But again, be prepared. It's a challenging 4.3 miles to the summit at Oklahoma's highest point, 5,700 feet, and another half mile to and from the southern edge, which you really have to see. Then it's 4.3 miles back to your car.
You've been to the top of Oklahoma now. What'd you think?
It was really cool. Great view. It was really fun. I liked it.
While we were on top, we spotted the Bernstein family from Edmond on the trail below us and eventually met David jogging to the summit after the rest of the family headed back.
It feels spectacular. It's really amazing to think this is part of Oklahoma. And you think about the topography or the geography and all the different climates within Oklahoma. So this feels more desert, kind of high Sierra.
The Bernsteins stayed in a log cabin next to the Hitching Post Ranch headquarters. A cozy fit for 4, but understand as they did, the point here in Kenton is not luxury accommodation.
It was an adventure, and so we kind of would think back about how people lived at statehood and things like that in smaller homes in a log cabin. But it had everything that we needed. I mean, there's electricity, there's a full bath, there's a little kitchen, and so we had all of our needs were met. It was a lot of fun.
Do you think it's been good for your kids?
So yeah, they appreciate now being able to access Wi-Fi and the internet.
Did you survive, Hannah, or are you having withdrawals?
If you just can't live without them, the Hitching Post lodgings in town have TV and internet, but turn them off and enjoy the timeless quiet of Kenton, its most valuable commodity.
We hope you'll take a moment this summer to take in some of the great agritourism adventures that await you in Oklahoma. You'll find plenty of brochures on our website to help you plan your trip. Just search agritourism.
All right, we've had 2 great stories from northwestern Oklahoma.
But you can celebrate our state's beauty right in your own backyard if you know where to look.
That's true.
I sort of call it my best kept secret because I don't want to tell too many people. I don't want it crowded.
This spot some call the Central Park of Tulsa coming up.
And what has motorcycle aficionados from all over the world turning their eyes towards Oklahoma?
They'll see something they haven't never seen before.
Plus, what just could be some of the best Tex Mex along Route 66.
I'm really partial to tacos. I eat a lot of tacos.
Still ahead, right here on Discover Oklahoma.
Great travel tips anytime, like Discover Oklahoma on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter.
Hot off the press. Order your free copy of the 2015 Oklahoma Travel Guide and get an all-access pass to the very best places, attractions, and activities Oklahoma has to offer. Go online to travelok.com and order your free copy today.
Welcome back to Discover Oklahoma. Today we're at Kaiser's Diner here in Oklahoma City. Of course, it's been here many, many years. They have a lot of great items on the menu. Of course, they're known for their buffalo burgers, but we're going to segue from burgers into something you can do in Oklahoma on a nice day. That's a fun round of golf.
You bet. And what if you could play that round of golf inside one of Oklahoma's most beautiful parks? Julie Chin takes us to La Fortune Park in Tulsa.
When you talk about La Fortune Park, you're talking about 18 holes of fun.
Paul Naylor may just be La Fortune Park's biggest fan. He's been coming here since it first opened.
My dad had the golf carts here, so I was the little cart boy, and also got to play some golf too, which this is like a home to me, it really is.
More than 50 years later, this Tulsa lawyer still swings by to play a round or two each week.
We just love it, and all the players love it, and I sort of call it my best kept secret, because I don't want to tell too many people, I don't want it crowded.
You'll find an 18-hole championship course, 18-hole lighted par 3, and a driving range here. But La Fortune Park is home to much more than golf.
It's been developed like a Central Park environment here. It has almost every imaginable recreational feature that you could have in a 270-acre facility.
This facility is Tulsa's largest park located within the city limits. In the 20s, 30s, and 40s, the property was part of the Tulsa County Farm, a working farm where people who needed assistance could live and work.
In the late 50s, 57, 58, Mr. J.A. LaFortune Sr., who was a prominent businessman in the community, came to the county commission at the time with an idea. And he said very simply, "Why don't you let me build you a park on that property? I will use my money." Thank goodness the commissioner said yes.
La Fortune Park has blossomed since. There's no telling how many people use the 5K walking and jogging trail, playground, and picnic areas daily. La Fortune is also home to 24 tennis courts, a pool, library with community center, and outdoor concert area.
When we do what we call our First Friday concerts out here, we have little bands that come and play, and the place is covered with families, upwards of 300 to 400 people and their families, and they just have a great time.
They're constantly making improvements to La Fortune Park. Over the past couple of years, they've updated the clubhouse. Now they're making big plans for the Little League ball fields.
Rebuild the fields into 5 Little League fields designed as replica Major League fields across the country.
Tulsa Little League is spearheading that plan. The league came up with the idea, is leasing the space, and currently fundraising to make it happen.
So we're moving forward with that. You know, that's going to be a wonderful thing for Tulsa. It's going to be a wonderful thing for the park.
Whether your preference is baseball or birdies, La Fortune Park is 270 acres of fun for the whole family. Take it from Paul, who's been coming here since he was a kid.
Get out here! Get out here and play!
In Tulsa, I'm Julie Chin, Discovering Oklahoma.
Our Tulsa guide will help you out with finding a great place to eat, shop, or stay while you're in T-Town. Get your free copy on our website, travelok.com.
Coming up, one of Tulsa's treasured spots for Tex Mex and more.
And we've been serving that same margarita for at least 30, 40 years.
The Route 66 pit stop that'll have you coming back for more.
And a must-stop shop for all motorcycle fans.
Usually we're on the front edge of what's going on instead of the back, you know.
The cutting-edge designs are coming up right here on Discover Oklahoma.
It's mind-boggling to go through the history of music and the connection to Oklahoma.
Oklahoma's Rhythm and Roots website is shaking the walls with legendary talent, iconic venues, and vocals from the heartland. Full of photos, videos, music, trivia, and itineraries, Rhythm and Roots transforms Oklahoma's rich music legacy into a bucket list of travel opportunities. Tune in to OklahomaMusicTrail.com and start your journey today.
Welcome back to Discover Oklahoma, coming to you from Kaiser's Diner in Oklahoma City's Midtown District. A fabulous historic building with scrumptious food inside.
I asked for a burger, and voila.
Voila, yeah.
And I will partake off camera because it's not a pretty sight. Right now, though, we have to segue to Woodward. There's a place up there getting worldwide attention.
Our Tina McGarry takes us back to her hometown now to tell us the story of Covington's.
There's a great success story behind these beautiful souped-up bikes. And it all started right here, inside a modest shop with a hardworking team in Woodward. Covington Cycle City has made a worldwide name for itself.
We do anything from service work all the way up to full radical custom builds. Plus we manufacture over 400 different parts for custom bikes.
It's custom work like this that caught the eye of bike enthusiasts. Covington's has won numerous awards and titles, including Top U.S. Builder at World Championship and Top U.S. Bike. Covington's work has been featured in numerous magazines, graced more than 50 covers, and of course has been called on by several celebrities. The bikes are rolling pieces of artwork, a perfect combination of power and beauty.
We do a lot of attention to detail and to, just the fitment and everything. We're real particular about how everything fits and little details and stuff. And it's, through the years, it's really, people picked up on that and stuff. So we get a lot of people from all over the world because when they look at our bikes at events and stuff like that, they kind of stand out because all the fitment and the design, and usually we're on the front edge of what's going on instead of the back, you know. So they'll see something they haven't never seen before. We do just about anything to them. Some guys bring their bikes in just to have us do the long stretch bags and stretch rear fender and stretch the gas tank maybe. Some of them bring it in so we can rake the front end, put the big front wheel on. And some guys just come in, like I said, and have us just start with a brand new bike and build the whole thing. Or a lot of times they'll just ship us their bike and we'll build that whole bike from stock to one of these.
A custom bike like this beauty takes about 2 to 3 months to build, but the more radical the bike, the more time it takes, 4 or 5, even 6 months.
I think the one thing that sets us apart is we get them done in a reasonable amount of time, and we put the same quality in every bike, whether it's an inexpensive one to a real expensive one. They may not have as much stuff done to the more expensive ones, but they all got the same quality in them. And I think that's what really sets us apart. A lot of people get the illusion that all we do is the real high-end, high-dollar stuff, and that's really not true. I mean, that we have a lot of them usually sitting in the showroom, but we also have stock bikes and stuff, and bikes that aren't as wild and crazy as these, and they're really compatible in price with other stuff.
In Woodward, I'm Tina McGarry, along for the ride and discovering Oklahoma.
If you'd like to check out Woodward, they're happy to send you a free copy of the Woodward brochure. Just log on to our website, travelok.com, and click on where it says request free brochures. Here at Kaiser's Diner, it's all about the burgers, the fries, and of course, the ice cream soda.
That burger is a beast.
You just wait.
Amazing. If Tex Mex happens to be what you're in the mood for, we've got just the place for that.
We've got a lot of customers been coming in here for 50 and 60 years, and that's what makes us, at least me, feel good. Is
time tested and Route 66 approved, some of the best Mexican food on the Mother Road when Discover Oklahoma continues.
Hot off the press, order your free copy of the 2015 Oklahoma Outdoor Guide and get an all-access pass to the very best places, attractions, and activities Oklahoma has to offer. Go online to travelok.com and order your free copy today. It glows in the dark.
Welcome back to Discover Oklahoma, coming to you from Kaiser's Diner in Oklahoma City's Midtown District. This is the chocolate brownie Nirvana sundae. And I don't know about you, but I'm feeling enlightenment just sitting next to it.
I tell you what, next week's show, don't you come back, I'm going to be finishing that up. It's going to take that long, and this is one of their floats. It's absolutely delicious.
Good place to stop by on a summer day. You can eat a whole meal here, but you can also swing by for something cool.
Absolutely. Now, up this turnpike just a little bit, we're going to go to another good place to eat. Jason Grubbs is going to take us to El Rancho Grande, right off of Route 66 in Tulsa.
Since the early 1950s, El Rancho Grande has been in the same building with the same sign
serving up delicious dishes made with the same original recipes.
We work really hard at keeping things the same. You know, everything changes around us and time goes on. We've really tried to keep that part of what we do the same and consistent.
John Walden and his brother Jeff aren't the original owners. Their father bought the building as a real estate investment in 1971.
We've been around the building since we were 10 and 12 years old.
And so when John and I were kids in grade school and junior high, we were over here on the weekends knocking down ceilings upstairs and hauling stuff off so he could redo these apartments upstairs.
First time I actually ate in this restaurant, I was 13 years old. It was actually for my birthday.
And in the early 80s, the Waldens purchased the restaurant.
So they had it for 30 years and we've had it for close to 32 years. It is, it's a landmark. It's a neat little building. You know, way back in the day, this was it. This was Route 66. This and a couple other restaurants, really all there was.
El Rancho Grande is traditional Tex Mex, serving everything from queso to quesadillas.
Oh my gosh, there's so many things.
I'm really partial to tacos. I eat a lot of tacos.
Fajitas are good. I like the quesadillas. I don't go hungry eating here.
The Walden brothers say the Nighthawk is their best seller. 2 cheese and onion enchiladas covered with chili con carne and cheddar. A soft cheddar cheese taco topped with chili con queso. Hungry yet?
They get you all fixed up? Everything tastes right for you?
There's a lot to choose from on the menu, so while you pick a plate, be sure to order up one of these famous margaritas.
They're good. They're simple and basic, but people seem to like them. And we've been serving that same margarita for at least 30, 40 years, probably 40 years, 40 plus years.
And the brothers say they have customers who have been eating here for longer than that.
We've got a lot of customers been coming in here for 50 and 60 years, and that's what makes us, at least me, feel good, is it tastes the same as it did 50 years ago. So that takes a little bit of work.
El Rancho Grande may have opened decades ago, but there are plenty of people still discovering this stop along the Mother Road.
We get them in every day, which they've been running up and down this road for years, and they just happen to see all the cars and want to come in and see what it's about. After we get them in here, usually, we'll get them back.
In Tulsa, I'm Jason Grubbs for Discover Oklahoma.
Anytime you want to search for restaurants anywhere in Oklahoma, hop onto our website, travelok.com, and click on Dining.
A big thanks to the folks here at Kaiser's Diner in Oklahoma City for hosting us. And Dino, I noticed there's just one spoon in this sundae, so sorry.
That's because they're bringing me a shovel in just a few minutes.
Well, we've shown you the burgers and fries, one of the pasta dishes, and of course all this great ice cream. But Kaiser's also has great salads, catfish, chicken fried steak, and they're open 7 days a week.
Coming up next Saturday on Discover Oklahoma, there is no time like summertime to get out on the water and do a little fishing. We're headed to one of the best striper spots in the Sooner State.
And see some of the most beautiful stained glass in Oklahoma and hear the story behind the man who made it. Coming up next Saturday night right here on Discover Oklahoma.
So until next time, remember,
there's always something to discover in Oklahoma. Production vehicle provided by the Oklahoma Ford Dealers, official partner of the Oklahoma Tourism and Recreation Department.